After more than a year, President Bongbong Marcos steps aside and appoints Francisco Tiu Laurel Jr. as Agriculture Chief. Filipinos stranded in between war-torn Gaza and Egypt could get safe passage sooner than later, as promised by the Israeli president. And feeling under the weather lately? Know if your symptoms are from COVID or just the common flu. Fast, focused, and fearless, here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Denise Tan. Fishing magnate Francisco Tiu Laurel Jr. has been appointed as Agriculture Secretary. Mobile journalist Julie Baiza with the details.
For the new Secretary of the Department of Agriculture Funds.
Business tycoon Francisco Tiu Laurel Jr. is a major player in the country's agriculture sector. Laurel has been in the fishing industry, seafood processing, and other agricultural businesses for more than 3 decades. According to Marcos Jr., they finally found an official who understands very well the problems of the sector.
Nagsimula siya sa pangingisda, ngunit na yung mga iba't ibang panig ng agrikultura ay ninapasukan na niya. Kaya nauunawaan niya hindi lamang kung ano yung problema, kung hindi ang mga solusyon sa problemang yun.
Tiu Laurel will replace Marcos, who has held the DA Secretary post since he assumed the presidency last year. The chief executive also explained why he held on to the position for quite some time.
Was that I truly believed, and I think I was proven right, that there are many things that only a president could do. And the problems were so important and were so deep that I felt that the authority.
Asked about his marching orders for the new DA chief, the president said he wants Tiu Laurel to control the surging prices of agricultural commodities and mitigate climate change.
Well, the obvious one is trying gain control of the prices of all the agricultural commodities that are going up. At tinatamaan tayo ng, yun na nga, yun na pag-usapan ko, climate change, alam nyo na lahat yung swine flu, alam nyo na lahat yung avian flu na tumatama sa atin.
For his part, Laurel laid out his plans for the department that include agricultural modernization and increased production.
Pangunahing adhikain ko ang pagtiyak na sagana ang ating ani at siguraduhin ito ay nakakarating sa hapag ng bawat Pilipino. Layunin ko na tiyakin na may sapat at masustansyang pagkain na mabibili ang ating mga kababayan sa tamang halaga. Susi dito ang modernisasyon ng sektor ng agrikultura kasabay ng pagpabubuti sa kapakanan ng mga kapatid nating magsasaka at mangingisda.
The new Agriculture Secretary also asked for cooperation from the DA officials and employees for them to achieve their goals. Prior to his appointment, Francisco Tiu Laurel Jr. served as a member of the Private Sector Advisory Council or PSAC. He was also one of the Marcos Jr.'s biggest campaign donors in the 2022 national elections.
Here are some reactions to Laurel's appointment. The Samang Industriya ng Agrikultura or SINAG hopes that Laurel will live up to the expectations of the President. That's when it comes to boosting local production and agri-industries. SINAG is also hoping for a firm commitment from the new DA chief that he will reject all proposals to reduce tariffs on agricultural commodities. As for Pamalakaya, they are expecting Laurel to do away with liberalization policies that will allow importation of fishery products. The group reminds the agriculture head that foreign harvests pose a great risk to the livelihood of local fisherfolk. On the other hand, the Philippine Association of Meat Processors, Inc. is confident about Laurel's capability. It said the new DA chief has already proven to be an effective agri-entrepreneur. The United Sugar Producers Federation of the Philippines is also rallying behind Laurel. UNIFED hopes assistance and resources will be extended to the sugar industry under his watch. It noted that the appointment comes at a good time or at the thick of the milling season. President Bongbong Marcos says stranded Filipinos in Gaza could cross the Rafah border by today or tomorrow. Marcos Jr. said this is a promise from Israeli President Isaac Herzog. Once the Filipino repatriates are in Egypt, the Philippine government vows full assistance. So far, 134 Filipinos are waiting to exit war-torn Gaza through the Rafah crossing. 2 Filipino doctors have already done so earlier this week.
So may pangako sila sa atin na maipapalabas na ang mga Pinoy, ang mga Pilipino, maipapalabas na by today or tomorrow. That is what they promised us. Saturday daw at the latest. So that's what nakahanda naman lahat ng ating mga bus. Nakahanda na yung mga embassy natin sa Cairo na napunta. Nandun lang sila, matagal na silang nag-aantay dun sa tawiran, yung Rafah crossing. And they are ready for when the time comes na tumawid na ang mga Pinoy, dadalhin at pauwi.
We're bringing you more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. Thanks for staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. A flu-like illness is now going around while COVID-19 is still infecting people. How can we tell the difference between the two? Mobile journalist Francis Orsho tells us in this report.
Anyone experiencing colds and coughs as of late? Well, maybe the better question is, who hasn't yet? Flu-like illness has taken over the country as of late. This is said to be more common during the cold weather. The start of the northeast monsoon or amihan usually begins when we start to feel the cold weather. This weather system carries dry and cold air, but Pagasi says it also brings viruses with it.
Dahil nga sa malamig na amihan, ay paghandaan natin mga kabayan, especially medyo sensitibo sa biglang lamig ng panahon.
With flu season seemingly upon the country once more, over 114,000 cases of influenza-like illness have been recorded nationwide, according to the Health Department. This number is 52% higher compared to the nearly 75,000 reported during the same period last year. But why exactly does this happen so often?
Pag malampig kasi, nagsasara ang lahat ng mga blood vessels natin. At pag nagsasara ang mga blood vessels natin, hindi maganda ang sirkulasyon sa ating katawan. Pag di magandang sirkulasyon sa ating katawan, hindi masyado nakakalaban ang ating immune system.
The usual symptoms of these kinds of illnesses are headaches, fever, body aches, and having a cough and cold. But wait, aren't those also symptoms of COVID? So how can we determine that what we're feeling is not COVID?
Lahat ng viruses pwede mag-manifest as trangkaso. Kasama na po dyan ang COVID. Siyempre, malalo tayong mag-iingat kung tayo pa ay hindi bakunado kasi alam natin wala tayong panlaban. So, para natin ma-identify, the best talaga is to do a swab.
Experts also advise to prevent getting viral illnesses by avoiding crowded places and, if possible, not staying for more than 30 minutes to 1 hour. But if you can't avoid it, wear a face mask. Make it a habit as well to drink plenty of water, getting enough sleep, and take vitamins to strengthen your immune system. If you're not sure about your illness, it's best to stay at home until the symptoms subside. So to have a happier celebration during this holiday season, it's best to take care of one's immune system. Mobile journalist Francis Orsho, we are One News.
Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Toll Regulatory Board has approved hikes in fees at the South Luzon Expressway. Starting today, November 3, there will be a 10 peso increase for Class 1 vehicles, 20 pesos for Class 2, and 30 pesos for Class 3. That's for those flying Calamba to Alabang. For motorists coming from Santo Tomas to Calamba, get ready to add 4 pesos to your toll budget if you're driving a Class 1 vehicle, 6 pesos for Class 2, and 8 pesos for Class 3. The Energy Department expects another round of rollback in oil prices next week. Based on a 4-day trading, gasoline could be cheaper by 40 to 60 centavos per liter and diesel and kerosene by at least 1 peso. The DOE is attributing the slash in fuel prices to more production, lesser fuel demand, and the relative easing of the Israel-Hamas war. The long holiday is over, but the Philippine National Police remains on high alert until Monday. The PNP is expecting droves of people returning to Metro Manila and other provinces following the extended break for the BSKE and UNDAS. At least 80% of the 228,000-strong police force will be deployed. Assistance desks at airports, seaports, and terminals will also be in place. In sports, the TNT Tropang Giga is scrambling to find a temporary replacement for the import Ronde Hollis Jefferson. TNT is due to play this Sunday against the Magnolia Hotshots for the PBA Commissioner's Cup kickoff. But no import yet after Quincy Miller's release from Converge was denied. Miller was TNT's other import in their campaign at the East Asia Super League. Hollis Jefferson is not sure if he can play due to gastroenteritis. He has been dealing with the illness since the Tropang Giga held a team camp at the Inspire Sports Academy in Laguna. The team already lost Mikey Williams, who hasn't agreed on a contract yet. R. Pugoy and Poy Aram are also out due to health issues. One News Now will be back tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News, all sides, all the time.